for Friday morning at BBC Radio Shropshire. You may remember last month we told you about the British Ironwork Centre's knife sculpture, which is being made as part of their Save a Life, Surrender Your Knife campaign. So basically, police forces all over the country are staging knife amnesties. You hand over a weapon, no questions asked, and they'll be turned into a massive angel to commemorate victims of knife crime. You may remember the gorilla made of thousands of donated spoons. This has kind of taken the idea on a bit. And now they've moved on to making amnesty banks for people to give up their knives, and Shropshire's just got its first. John Smith met Clive Knowles at the new bank.
Clive, we're standing at the entrance to the British Ironwork Centre, and we can see Shropshire's first knife bank. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yes, obviously you can see that we've got a knife bank at the entrance to the drive here. It's virtually armoured plated. It's incredibly safe for anybody to dispose of any knives in. We're currently making knife banks for the amnesty that's actually going ahead in Greater Manchester. So we've just completed all of the knife banks for the whole of that area, and at the moment we're creating knife banks for the Essex area. And then we'll go on, and we've got a meeting coming up with Cheshire and then there's West Yorkshire, and we're also doing banks for Birmingham.
So this is becoming a massive campaign that started here in Shropshire. In terms of this particular bank, how much of a problem do you think knife crime is in Shropshire? Do you think this bin's going to be used a lot?
Well, we've already emptied it once. I mean, it's been installed there for about the last 2 months now, and in that time we've probably had about 20 or 30 knives from it. And each time we empty it, we always have it witnessed and filmed, just in case there's any issues. But to be honest with you, in the cities, of course, and the larger towns, they're going to have a lot more activity. I mean, we've just installed an enormous knife bank outside of a police station in Essex, in Colchester, which was probably about 6'6" or 7 feet tall. So really an incredible size. They are expecting a lot of knives from those sort of areas. You know, certainly the bigger towns are going to have a lot more of a haul or a collection of knives than we'll see here at the British Ironworks. But because we're obviously leading this campaign to remove knives off the streets of the UK, then of course we've got to have the facilities here to safely take them off the public. And we do get a lot of public here that just walk straight into reception and hand the receptionist a knife. And so we had to stop that straight away. So that's why we've got one at the end of the drive now.
So for people who do want to drop a knife off, they literally pull up and put it in the bin, and that's it, is it?
Yeah, they're welcome to put it directly in the bin. We've sort of disabled the CCTV so that anybody wishing to do it discreetly or anonymously can actually do it without any fear or concern. And obviously it's there 24 hours a day.
And we've all heard about the knife sculpture. Is that what happens to all the knives? Where do they go afterwards, including the ones from elsewhere as well?
Well, all the knives are obviously being accumulated here. We've got a huge safe room here, which is alarmed and CCTV'd, and, you know, it's got all the protection facilities to it, the physical and the sort of digital. And those knives, I think we're up to about 10,000 blades in there now, of all manner and descriptions, some really horrific ones. And our target through this year is to reach 100,000. And I think if we manage to alleviate the UK streets of 100,000 knives, then we will have done something really significant. And of course, if we have managed to apply them all to the statue, which we will hope to do, it'll be something that will be absolutely shocking and quite profound. And it will be the UK's stance against aggression and violence.
Clive Knowles from the British Ironwork Centre talking about their new knife amnesty ban.
I could understand why the receptionist wouldn't want people to come in and hand her knives.
I know, that sounds quite scary, doesn't it?
It does, rather.
Don't do that. No,
no, don't. Not a good idea. Good morning from the BBC Radio Shropshire Breakfast team. Good heavens.
close enough.
It is.